about seeing your reaction. This is 30 minutes long. Oh my God. Have you guys watched this one? March 28th. This is like fucking 3 months old, dude. We need some Dar Man videos. Hassan looked at it too. You'll be fine. Oh, he looked at that tweet? Oh, if Hassan did it first, I feel safe, okay? All right. Wait, how do you know Hassan watched that tweet? Are you watching him instead of me? Who said that? He meant the Jubilee vid.
Welcome back to Middle Ground, and thank you to our sponsor Dashlane for making this episode possible. Make sure you stick around after the episode for a special offer from Dashlane. But first, here is Middle Ground: free speech versus censorship.
They're not gonna say anything bad in this or show like boobs or anything, right? This is a good opportunity to debate any misconceptions new viewers have of you. Oh, you just want me to debate every fucking viewer that comes in. Pooper Noodle rated. Oh, thank you, Pooper Noodle. Pooper Noodle, do you play Apex Legends? Boob in the bottom right. What? Oh, shut the fuck up.
Take, for example, like white supremacy. They don't go away because you censored them.
Are they gonna stop being a white supremacist? I don't give a f. I do feel safer.
Tech platforms play a big part in facilitating hate today.
Twitter specifically has banned a number of different conservative accounts, not just the president.
They can do whatever they want. They're private businesses.
I think that people should be able to say whatever they want online. However, I think that there should also be consequences.
The president of one of the most powerful countries in the world doesn't have access to social media.
I think platforms have a right to moderate content.
We really have to be able to discern who gets a voice and what they're able to say.
We need people in the conservative field to fight for our right to be conservative.
As somebody who has experienced censorship, it ends up generating these chambers in which these ideas go completely unchallenged.
She doesn't, but you can play Heart of the Swarm with her. Why the fuck? Oh, Heroes of the Storm. Why would you play that? Why would you play either of those games?
Everybody kind of has to ask themselves, should everybody really be able to say what they want to say?
Hi, I'm Leah Thomas. I am a writer and the founder of Intersectional Environmentalists, which is an online...
What was I doing? I got invited to one of these, but I had to travel somewhere and I couldn't be on one of these. What was I traveling for? Does anybody remember? Oh, it was for it was for my Kenosha thing. Yeah, fuck, true.
Environmental Media Hub.
Hi, I'm Lawrence. I'm a public policy analyst for San Bernardino County.
Hi, I'm Bennett Kelly. I'm the founder of the Internet Law Center, and I'm an attorney who represents victims of online harassment.
I'm Michael. I'm 30. I'm conservative, and I work in finance.
My name is Jerome. I'm a political science student. I am 21, and I'm originally from Massachusetts.
Poli-sci student who is a conservative. That's got to be a lonely fucking classroom for that dude. Holy shit.
Hello, I'm Joseph. I'm an accountant, and I'm working towards my CPA, and I'm a part-time poker player.
The prompt is, the right is more censored than the left.
I mean, we think it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is this if they agree or disagree? I didn't see. Fuck! I'm trying to order food. The class probably goes silent when he raises his hand. Okay. The right is more... This is just... I'm sorry, but this is just absolutely true right now. Whether you agree or disagree with any ideas, of course this is true.
I'm assuming...
Oh, if they agree, they walk up. Okay, okay.
Most of us are conservative-ish, you know, in that spectrum, but I think that a lot has happened during the January 6th riots. That's why we see it more, and that's why it's more big of a problem now.
You know, Parler can't even be on the App Store, or, you know, I mean, Trump got kicked off Twitter I mean, he's the leader of the free world, basically, at least for the U.S., and he doesn't even have access to a social media platform.
I don't know. I think there was Twitter, which was left-leaning, long before there was something like Parler.
Well, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think that these echo chambers that are created as a result of censorship are a reaction. They're reactionary. They're not necessarily, they wouldn't exist by themselves if right-leaning people weren't being censored.
Yeah.
I guess I disagree because usually when I think of conservatives, I do think of the party of law and order. So that was definitely something that Trump spoke about often, like there are consequences to your actions. Maybe more people could read the terms and conditions and find a
Okay, just real quick. Okay, fuck! There are two things that she said and both are really stupid. So one is there are consequences to your actions, okay? You can use that to literally justify anything, okay? A slave escaping a plantation that gets shot in the back, when they turn around, can be answered with, well, there are consequences to your actions. That's not a real response to anything. That doesn't make any sense, right? The conversation is like, what should the consequences be? Or, is this like a right thing or wrong thing? Also saying like your TOS or whatever, like, well, that's what the TOS is. That's like saying like, should it be legal to marry your sister, right? Well, should it be legal? Well, right now it's illegal. So QED, dumb fuck. I win the debate. Like, no, well, we're not talking about whether it should be legal, right? So when you ask, like, are conservatives censored more than the left? You can't say, like, well, there are consequences for your actions. Okay, sure. But that doesn't answer anything. And then, too, well, look at the TOS. Well, the TOS could be favoring one side or the other, right? Like, I don't know.
platform that they feel more comfortable with, like Parler, 4chan.
But what Trump
She cited the Republicans claiming to be pro-law and order. Yeah, but when we talk about TOS for a website, we're not talking about the law, right? There's nothing to do with law and order. Well, I mean, technically, you could argue the law is that they could, if they want to, like, ban anybody they want, I guess. But that's kind of a boring way to approach the conversation.
Trump said wasn't really as bad as what I've seen other Democrats say.
Well, I guess to not deflect.
Okay, that's fucking crazy, okay? Trump is fucking insane. Trump said more insane shit than any other fucking, like, large political figure in the United States cumulatively over his career, okay? Trump is fucking crazy.
What should be the appropriate consequences when someone violates the terms and conditions?
I think it should be like a clear punishment, right? It shouldn't be a punishment, like especially for like being kicked off. It should be for everybody. Yeah. But if that is the solution, that has to be the solution for everybody.
So No Name, Sean King are two of the most prominent left-leaning activists that I know of. And they have been repeatedly banned from Twitter since that. Sean King are
that is the solution. That has to be the solution for everyone.
So No Name.
No Name is racist, okay? Fuck her, all right?
Sean King are
and Sean King, this guy,
prominent left-leaning,
is fucking insane, okay? These guys are not left-leaning. You're literally going to the farthest, most extreme left you can find. Also, I don't believe either of these people are banned on Twitter because, unfortunately, I'm forced to see their fucking tweets every time I see people retweet dumb fucking shit they say. This guy over here, I'm pretty sure that Sean King is like the most, in my personal life, is the most responsible extremist dipshit that I know that has radicalized like moderate liberal people into the insanity that is the crazy, crazy, stupid fucking left shit. Why are they race for optics? I'm pretty sure No Name, didn't she go on some huge tirade about how she was mad that white people were showing up at her concerts and she's going to stop making music because it's not for white people to consume? Didn't No Name have a huge thing about this? I'm almost positive that we went over this. She was mad. She's like, I don't make music for white people. It's like, the fuck are you talking about? It's fucking art, dog. What's wrong with you? And then man, what are some of the bad things? There were two. So trying to ask me what's bad about Sean King is like taking a pile of shit that has some cyanide pills in it. I think there are a couple of really bad things that Sean King has done, but everything that he tweets is just horrible and stupid. I'm trying to think of did he either like named the wrong people for a terrorist thing, or there was a big Sean King thing that came up where he was just totally wrong in the reporting for something, and I don't remember specifically what it was about. Also, is he actually white but he tries to look black, or is he black, or is he a half? I don't remember. He might be mixed race. I don't know if people make fun of him for that or not. I don't remember. I know there are some people that are very drama hungry on what's the name of that? Is it Rachel Schweizer? Who was the one girl that was like probably white, but Dolezal? I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if he had these problems or not. I think you should be careful when attacking people that are like mixed race or whatever. So I try not to like. I don't think you should lean into that. But this guy said a lot and done a lot of like crazy shit. Basically, everything this guy tweets is fucking insane. Punish Fairy. Destiny. About Sean King, he misled people about the Jasmine Barnes killing. You argued about this with Hassan. What was the misleading thing about it? I don't remember. So many extreme left people have said so many like stupid fucking things before. I don't remember them all. Sean King accused the wrong guy who offed himself in jail following it. Oh, maybe. Anyway, you can always open this guy's Twitter and see a bunch of stupid shit. But also, neither of these people are... Oh, it was a gang shooting, but he said it was a white hate crime. Oh, was this like the stray bullet that... Oh, and he also posted the cops with the rioters thing in on Instagram. Oh, that was also complete and total bullshit. Inmate once wrongfully accused of killing 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes killed himself behind bars. And was Sean King the one that I think led this? Related. Family of man wrongfully accused by activist Sean King and Jasmine Barnes shooting speaks out. Anyway, yeah, this guy's a massive piece of shit. But both him and No Name are not banned from Twitter. I'm too scared to open their Twitters on stream. No Name is on Twitter with like 600,000 followers. Sean King is on Twitter verified with over 1 million followers. Oh, No Name is verified too. Okay. OTK donated? Oh, well, thank you very much. Wait, fuck. Congrats on the win. Couldn't figure out how to give subs, but this is equal to 320. Well, thanks, bud. I think he said repeatedly banned, but not actively banned. Who the fuck cares if you tweet something crazy and they like, oh, your account is suspended for 12 hours? Then fuck off. Fuck out of here. These are 2 massively verified accounts on Twitter. If this is, and here's the thing, okay? You have to consider, what is their goal in the argument here? Their goal in the argument is to show, oh, well, our side is just as oppressed as the other side, and these are your 2 go-to examples. If these are your 2 go-to examples, then clearly there's something wrong.
Activists that I know of, and they have been repeatedly banned from Twitter, suspended from Facebook, Instagram kicked them off, and then when it happens to Candace Owens and Ben Sharp.
Oh, there was another killing where the guy looked white, but he was Arab, and Sean King was saying it was a white supremacist racist killing before it was known that he was an Arab. Was this the one where all of like left-leaning media was like super hyped up on it being another white terrorist shooter, but when it came out the dude was Arabic, everybody went fucking... I think one of the sickest like symptoms of our current like political division is, and everybody lies about this, but it is true, okay? Every time a mass shooting happens, everybody on the right was like, please let it be Arabic, please. Come on, Muhammad, come on, please, please, please. Where's that Arabic? I know it's going to be Arabic. I know it's going to be Arabic. And everybody on the left is like, oh, come on, Jason, the 14-year-old fucking school shooter. Come on, Jason, come on. Like, everybody's like cheering for it to be like that so that they can like take the fucking social media and then like start their fucking tirades. Oh, my God.
Sharpiro, we hear conservative voices are being, but it's the exact same thing that was happening on the left that's now happening on the right. So I think the problem is the conservatives that believe this rhetoric is being suppressed, I don't think they know the other side is dealing with the same thing.
There's no real history of which I am aware of left-leaning creators being blacklisted the way that guys like Alex Jones, James Woods, Donald Trump have been.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna name people, there's gotta be better examples you can give than like Alex Jones, who literally like was taken to court for saying Sandy Hook was fake. Fuck, there's got to be better. There's got like Destiny. I'm left-leaning. Oh, so he wouldn't bring me up. You got to have better examples than that. Holy Christ.
Jones was on this journalistic scene for 30 years.
I don't think leftists wish for school shootings. Probably just not foreigners. I don't know about that one.
And they erased all 30 years of that.
How about the White House YouTube channel? They eliminated all of Trump's videos, all of them.
Do you not see the difference though? Because Sean King says abolish the police, and say Alex Jones, for example, says Jewish people own most of the property in America, and if you want to deal with property owners, deal primarily with Jewish people in 2015. So obviously there's a stark difference in rhetoric, and consequence even. You call the virus Kung Flu, and then a rise in violence against Asian Americans.
But who called it Kung Flu?
President Trump.
Did he say it directly though?
Yes.
Very directly.
He tweeted it, yeah.
Did he tweet it? My understanding was that people had reported that they'd heard Kung Flu said in the White House. Did he actually tweet it afterwards? He might have tweeted it afterwards. He said it live, did he? I thought he said it in an interview. Wait, hold on. Did he call it the Kung Flu, or did he say he'd heard people call? Hold on, whoa. Hold on, this is Destiny's chat, okay? This isn't Vosh or Hassan or whatever, okay? Let's get our fucking facts correct, okay? I might be wrong, but I don't believe that Trump himself said this is the Kung Flu. I thought that he was, let's check. Maybe he did. Just be clear here.
There's never been anything where they have so many names. I could give you 19 or 20 names for that, right? It's got all different names. Wuhan. Wuhan was catching on. Coronavirus, right? Kung Flu, yeah.
I give you this one. I say 50-50, you take this one. I think that's close enough. Okay. I think when the story originally came out, I think they reported that they'd heard it in the White House. Not that Trump had said it, but I think this one is close enough. I think we'd give him this one.
Tweeted it?
Somebody yelled it. Yeah, but he repeated it and left wrong. We can do that.
There are reasons for the differences in consequences, but I think if we understand that it's happening widespread, because I've seen people on the left say kill cops, permanently banned, permanently done.
Right.
So I think we have to take a step back.
Wait.
Permanently widespread consequences, but I think if we understand that it's happening widespread, because I've seen people on the left say kill cops, permanently banned, permanently done.
Man, if they go that far, probably. Didn't LeBron James literally tweet out a picture of that white cop in the whatever? I don't remember what he said. I don't remember if he put a caption on it or not, though. I don't remember if he did. He said, "You're next." Oh, yeah. I feel like if a conservative did some shit like that, like with a black woman, that guy's life would be fucking over. Like, that dude would be canceled. That dude's entire lineage would be fucking canceled. If you tweeted out a picture of like fucking Kamala Harris after some shooting, was like, "You're next," that guy would be canceled so fucking hard. Oh my God, he would be deleted from existence. But
right. So
wasn't that in response to Chauvin getting convicted? I thought that LeBron's tweet was in response to her name wasn't Michaela, it was something else. I thought it was in response to the other thing. The stabbing girl that got shot. Yeah. But the "you're next" might have been in reference to Chauvin. Okay, sure, maybe, yeah.
I think we have to.
Yeah, to be fair, too, that could be a lefty tweeting at Kamala today as well, because they fucking hate her too. So.
Permanently done.
Right.
So I think we have to take a step back, remove ourselves from the box that we're in, and kind of, okay, is it happening over here too?
Yeah, actually, for the LeBron tweet, that's not. I guess you could argue that this wasn't really violent. It was just for a conviction. I think actually, I don't think that's quite as horrible as he added the hashtag accountability. Yeah, I don't think it's actually quite as horrible as saying they should kill him. To be fair, he did delete the tweet. I don't know why, but
ideas that exist on it.
Okay, be honest. How did you know chlorophyll? I just remember that from school. Because you learned the, I wouldn't be able to do it anymore, but you learned the equation for, what do you learn? What do you do? It's like one of the first chemistry things you do, where you have the little oxygen things and the other thing, and then you add sunlight, and then you make the thing for, photosynthesis. Yeah, that process. Also, if you play Terraria, I think the ore is called chlorophyte or something like that, or whatever. I feel like most people, well, maybe not, but I think a lot of people remember chlorophyll.
And offline that are abominable, that I disavow unequivocally, but that I subscribed to when I was younger. when I was younger, didn't understand what I was necessarily looking at, didn't have enough worldview or perspective to know that these were not good ideas. But because that they were censored by the forums that I was espousing them in, I never had the opportunity to have them challenged. I would never have the opportunity to have a conversation about why these were bad ideas. There was no purveyance of the ideological free market, and that's really the only way for these ideas to go away. Take, for example, like white...
So I don't necessarily believe in this concept of like the marketplace of ideas to challenge stuff like on social media platforms necessarily. However, I do think that this should exist in schools. I think when you're starting to ban speakers from appearing in schools and whatnot, this should be like, I think school should probably be like one of the last domains where you're introduced to the worst and most horrible ideas ever. And because once you're out of school, it's unlikely there's going to be like an open forum where you're going to see these things. And like that is where like the sterilization process should probably occur. Like you can't, if you're not learning how to argue against it or how to like be ready to deal with those ideas in school, you're never going to know how past that, right?
White supremacy, people who have those beliefs don't go away when you ban them from platforms. Those beliefs don't go away when you tell them to shut up. Those beliefs don't go away when you punch them in the face.
I agree, but at like a Ben Shapiro speech, you can't really challenge him as he controls the time you have to speak, and you often don't get a chance to respond. Yeah, but teachers and everything could, I think teachers and everything could have conversations with their students or professors about some of the things that were said. Like,
or when you revoke their rally permits.
But when do we draw the line? Because if somebody, let's use Kung Flu, for example, what I said earlier. Let's say it's Alex Jones that says, oh, this is a Chinese virus. They brought it here. And then we see a rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans. When do we draw the line? Because he would still have the platform.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should deprive the people who are actually committing these crimes of the agency in committing them.
Right.
Like they are...
So this is a hard one. The real answer, and this is why we're so fucked right now, the real answer should be that people like this shouldn't get voted in. When you're saying shit like the Kung Flu, people go to the Kung Flu because I guess it's the funniest one or whatever. It's the one that people want to bring up. The worst one is calling it the Chinese virus. Like that type of shit should have never, like when you hear somebody being like openly hateful like that or just being a fucking moron, like these types of people just shouldn't be elected into office. You can't really, I don't know how much you can like make laws like regulating the speech of somebody that's supported by literally half the fucking country. That's more the problem than just like trying to regulate the speech,
doing that, and they frankly would be doing that regardless of whether or not there was somebody who was using...
I notice sometimes, this is a huge flaw of the left. And people coming here now are going to think I'm actually a fucking right-winger. I fall pretty far left. I just don't deal with a lot of right-wing people because they're all fucking banned from the internet now. One of the big flaws of the left is trying to find ways around democracy, in my opinion. And people on the left will fight me, and somebody's running to my subreddit right now to make another subreddit post about why we need to eliminate the Senate. But like you hear these people like the goal in a democracy is supposed to be, ideally, to convince as many people to vote for your side as possible. But instead, it feels like the goal sometimes of people on the left is like, well, how can we change the process so that we can ignore that? Like packing the court, or like abolishing the filibuster, or eliminating the Senate, or getting rid of the Electoral College, or like all of these ideas are like, how can we get around the idea? How can we get around the fact that 50% of the country are fucking Republicans? It's not 50%, right? But like, there's a huge amount of Republicans in the country. Like, you have to, like, it's why I get so triggered when I see like lefties be like, we need to go primary Samela and Manchin. We need a primary. Like, no. Why would you primary Democrats 49 and 50? Why don't you go get 51 or 52 elected, you lazy fuck? Stop talking about attacking your own party and go get more Dems in office, you stupid motherfucker. Like, what's wrong with you?
Inflammatory rhetoric online. That's exactly my point when I say these ideas don't go away. And then you feed those ideas, you build the anger.
So for example, if you ban a white supremacist or a huge white supremacist group from Twitter,
cinema, not so
there's still probably going to be white supremacists chilling and hanging out outside of Twitter.
Right.
But it would be harder for that white supremacist group on that platform to inflict harm towards black folks.
And then this is kind of like the problem that I have with this ideology or this type of thinking is that like the idea is that if you push it off all the social media, eventually it'll go away. Like that's what'll happen. Push it off, it'll go away. Push it off, it'll go away. Push it off, it'll go away. But the problem is, it seems like that didn't happen because if you were to go back to like 2008, 2012. Right? Like we have first black president and everything. It seems pretty obvious that like most of the horrible racist stuff in this country is gone and we're not ever going to get like a crazy fucked up president or whatever. And then bam, 2016, we get Trump. And then bam, 2020, Trump gets the second most votes of any president in the history of the US. So it kind of feels like these ideas aren't going away. Like, it kind of does, though, Destiny. Trump getting banned has hugely reduced his influence. Maybe Trump's influence, but the next Trump is going to show up, right? We haven't really done much to counter these ideas. I think we just, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's working that much.
Right? Because then I do feel safer. So if I'm being harassed by a white supremacist group or someone who's saying that black people don't deserve to live, I do feel safer as the user. Are they going to stop being a white supremacist? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's their free speech. However, it does make me feel a lot safer.
I just think the left is now catching more up to us and realizing that the censorship is happening, and then now it's kind of touching their...
Because social media didn't ban before and media gave Trump endless platforms. True, they did in the beginning, but like, I think that this sucks, but here is one of the reasons why I like quote unquote debating. What is it called when you take, if I've got units over here and I have units over here and I want to relate them together, is that called making them commensurate? Is that correct? Like comparable to... Okay. I think that an ideal media environment looks something like this. Actually, let's just use the right colors. Where, like, if you really want, you can have your, like, this is your biased conservative bullshit media, and if you really want, here's your super biased left-leaning media. But, like, you have some like exchange in the middle that makes it so that we can communicate our ideas to each other. The idea of like, we need to excise all this stuff. We need to excise all this stuff. We need to get it out. Like, I worry that we're approaching a world that looks like this, where all the right wingers are over here, all the left wingers are over here, and we actually just, we live in, and we're already, to some extent, we're already almost there, where we live in totally different worlds. We live in totally different worlds now. And I feel like one of the nice things about quote unquote debating or arguing with people is at the very least your ideas have to intersect because you're having a conversation with somebody. But yeah, this shit is not good. It is crazy. And like even on this stream, I guess because so many right wingers have been banned, I really wish I could spend more time. Maybe we will, just like talking about like the QAnon stuff. But like it's so crazy. Like what percentage of Republicans currently think that like Trump won the election? It's like insane. Or what percentage of, Republicans, think that like the QAnon shit is real? Like that's fucking insane. But then you've also got like left-leaning people who believe that like Breonna Taylor was shot in bed, right? Or that that Michaela girl, was just defending herself, or that the police officers let the rioters into the building, or like there's like a lot of I don't know. And then you can even get to potentially damaging stuff. You can even get to potentially damaging stuff where. I don't know if I want to fight about this right now. I feel really confident. I said this a long time ago, and I feel like I've been vindicated about everything that's come out. I'm pretty sure that the reason why the riots in D.C. happened, or rather why that Capitol building was penetrated, was because Mayor Bowser didn't want to look bad because of what happened in Lafayette Square. I sincerely believe that that's what happened. I think that she had a call to make on whether she wanted to request like a heavy National Guard presence, and she decided not to because she didn't want images of protesters being beat by National Guard troops or whatever. And she specifically made the call not to do this. And as a result, the Capitol was severely underprepared for the amount of people and the violence of the people that ended up breaking into the Capitol, right? So like when you have a scenario like that, where you're literally thinking like, you're literally Vosh, right? You're putting optics in front of logic, right? We're thinking like, okay, well, what looks best? Like, okay, like, yeah, no National Guard, right? That's just, I don't know. That like the way that shit plays out is just super fucked. Can you at least express that Republicans are insane? They love conspiracies. I think it's wrong to make false equivalencies between them. Conservatives have damaged democracies. I mean, conservatives are crazy, but I mean, like conservatives have Jews, lefties have the CIA, right? Like the CIA literally has done every fucking horrible bad thing they can think of. Every single American intervention is bad and horrible. Look at lefty discourse related to Palestine, Israel. It's a fucking joke, right? You've got a lot of these dipshits that couldn't find fucking Israel on a map, like confidently telling you that they're 100% the bad actor in every single engagement that they have with Palestinians or the other like local regional actors and shit. And like, I don't know, like it's every, like, all of these things get really simplified. A lot of people miss most of the facts of these, and then it's just people like screaming at each other as demagogues, from their ideological bastions at one another. I think it's really stupid. It's just not equivalent. I mean, like, I think that right now, in terms of like elected political power, I still think that the right is